Welcome to the SaskTel Sports Center in Saskatoon. It's the 2018 SaskTel Soccer for Life Indoor Youth 9-a-side Provincial Championships. Great weekend of soccer here in Saskatoon, and Terrell Russell is here to help us through the gold medal game in the U15 girls division with the Eastside Celtics taking on Hollandia. Do you know much about these two clubs, Terrell?
You know, both of these teams are both Saskatoon teams. Both of them compete against each other throughout the indoor season. Both good quality teams. I think it's going to be a great match.
Tell us a little bit about this program. This is a development program we're watching.
What we're watching is the local indoor league teams here that play here in Saskatoon. They're going to be playing in the Provincial Championships. They've been competing against teams from around the province this weekend, and these are the two that made it to the final.
Awesome. Can't wait for that kickoff. Let's get down to field level and get it going. This is Max TV, local on demand. And running out onto the field, Hollandia wearing the orange, getting themselves all loosened up and ready to go, and Hollandia will be going left to right as you look at your television screen to start the match today. The Eastside team is wearing black on black with a little bit of burgundy trim, and I'm going to do my best. The Hollandia team here, as you can see, good contrast. The orange jerseys and the white numbers, I shouldn't have trouble with that. But those ones are going to be a little tough for my old eyes. That is a look at Eastside and their jerseys with the black numbers on the darker shirts. I'm going to do my best. It looks pretty good on TV, doesn't it? When you look out onto the pitch here, Terrell, it's a little hard to see those digits, but our TV camera guys are doing magic today.
They certainly are. They're doing a wonderful job of making sure to get the shots off the start of the game here, and we'll see how the game starts in a few minutes.
Yep, the gold medal game in the under 15 girls division. And let's talk a little bit about the Hollandia Soccer Club first of all. Terrell, what do you know about Hollandia? It's a legendary club here in Saskatoon, a very successful club.
You know, the Hollandia Soccer Club's been around for a number of years, and I have to give them a lot of credit for the dedicated work that they do with youth athletes. And you look at the history over the years and the number of individuals that have been involved with a technical development structure within the club itself. They've been producing athletes and championships for a number of years now.
What can you say about these ladies, Eastside and their club?
You know, Eastside's done an excellent job as well of doing athlete development. They've really done a good job of building over the last number of years. Previous technical director Tom Lapointe did an excellent job, and now a young gentleman by the name of Mike Gramiak is doing some great work with Eastside. I think they got a wonderful future ahead of them.
Sounds good. It looks like we're just about ready for the opening kick, and here we go. 2 25-minute halves is the format. And of course, as mentioned in our opening, 9 players aside. So on a pitch this size, 9 players, it's still a pretty full field out there with this indoor-sized field, but we expect to see offense in a game played on a small field like this. Let's see how it goes today, playing for the gold medal. Ball is going to go out and through the netting, in fact, onto the other pitch. I don't think there's a live game over there, maybe just a practice right now, so we'll have to send a chaser to go get the ball back. There we go.
There certainly is a lot of space to start off for under 15 girls, but it looks like they're starting to use the space quite well off the start of the game, and we see some good quality ball movement to start, so we'll see how they transition here in the first 20 minutes or 25 minutes of the first half.
Down deep into the Hollandia end, it will go over the goal line, and a goal kick forthcoming.
Now, this is a good way to see how the game starts off here, is to see whether they decide to play out of the back or they look to play long. Very wonderful to see actually young athletes playing the ball out of the back to start. I think it's a wonderful showing of Mark Lord's team in order to see how they start the game here.
More confident play than just drilling it all the way down the field.
Absolutely. Great way to keep possession, build the play. I think Hollandia is going to do a wonderful job of that within their setup today.
Up at center, a fight over the ball, and it's just been sort of a back and forth thing with no team generating a good scoring opportunity just yet. Now it's chipped down into that east side goal area. Across the line it goes, and we'll have a goal kick on this side.
Now, one player we saw get on the ball at left back for Hollandia is Zina Centeno. She's definitely a player to watch out for today. She's got wonderful technical ability and a great vision to see players.
Fight for the ball on the far side goes out of bounds. They're not sure who they're going to give this to. The players don't seem clear. Hollandia, though, is going to get the ball for the throw-in. Kobeson with a good effort to make something of a chance, and she'll take the ball now and dish it back. Hollandia controlling for the time being. That pass is a little long, and Eastside's going to make a bit of a break down the left side, and a left shot right on the goalkeeper, and careful to not give up a rebound as there was a burgundy and black jersey right in on top of the keeper.
Now we're seeing Eastside have an opportunity to get in behind, had a great shot. Maybe they could try next time to get across the face of the goalkeeper, but over for the player coming to the back post, but great opportunity.
Near side, Donkin tried to crossing, but didn't get it through. It'll be pushed out of bounds. Hollandia ball on the sidelines right down underneath us. Throw in, kick back and over the head, and a little collision, but
now we see Eastside coming out of their zone here. We'll see what they do against the single center back.
Some speed and onside, and then another push to the side of the goal as the ball rolled to the right of the keeper, but the keeper gets there first. Good opportunity for Eastside to generate a scoring chance. Didn't come to be, but that little bit of pressure.
Now we see the goalkeepers just playing inside the blue line, and that's the spacing which they have in order to release the ball, so they can't go outside of that with their ball in their hands.
Too deep for Hollandia to connect. Eastside trying to push it back up. It's off a leg and out, and the throw in for Eastside.
And we see two teams trying to battle each other out here to try to get a feel for the game and try to build a rhythm. Hopefully over the next couple of minutes they can each find their way, find the rhythm, and see if they can find the weakness in the opposition team in order to try to execute.
Pretty quick game, really, if you're looking at the clock. 2 25-minute halves. I don't imagine it doesn't go by slowly.
No, it doesn't.
All of a sudden.
25 minutes goes by pretty quick when you're actually out there playing and competing and battling. Before you know it, the whistle's being blown.
Crosser from Donkin, but it doesn't catch with Kobeson. It bounced over her leg and went to the far sideline. Ickton fighting, and that will get Hollandia the throw in. Ganitsos Clark had it, dropped it back.
And this is Zina again going down the left flank. That player's one you got to watch out for.
Yeah, looks pretty smooth, pretty comfortable with the ball. Looks like we're going to see a corner for the first time in our game today.
No,
Jenna Donkin will take it.
Let's see how Eastside decides to set up on this corner. If you notice, there's nobody on the front post, which may be a bit dangerous when Hollandia tries to get in the box.
Corner kick came up high to Haldrimson, but she wasn't able to do anything with it, couldn't settle it down and make a scoring chance of it. Some good work on the far side by Centeno. Eastside ball, however. Throw in headed right back toward Eastside's end.
Playing it deep, getting the ball in behind the back line. That's always dangerous.
And that'll go off over the goal line and turn into a goal kick.
We can hear Coach Gramiak trying to drive his team from the sidelines, trying to settle them down here from the start of the game. Let's see how they can continue to build.
Again, Hollandia ball. Just a short throw to get it back into play. Give and go now, a centering pass. Little misplay and a chance to break free for Hollandia, but she put it just a little too far forth and couldn't catch up.
Yeah, just a heavy touch playing it in behind. If we can try to get in behind that back line, it's always dangerous.
So the keeper will take a look and just come to the near side on a short pass to get the ball moving. And quickly up, but out of bounds.
It's wonderful to see two young teams trying to play out of the back and trying to maintain possession of the ball. It's great to watch.
Must have been a Hollandia touch they're going to give this ball, as Tessiauzi will throw it in for Eastside. Long throw down the sidelines is off the hip of Hendricks. Eastside ball again, and Yowzy will come back up one more time. Now making the throw in the offensive zone.
Now we notice there's a bit of a pocket in the middle of the park here for Eastside. Let's see if they can utilize that in order to engage forward.
Not quite. Little bit of room for Kobeson, and defended nicely as Allison Olberg came and got a foot in. It'll be a corner kick though, and Donkin is up to take it, this time from the left side of the Eastside goaltender.
Well, they're covering the front post this time, but the back post is open, and we got 4 players looking to engage the box.
We had some substitutions come in, so we await that, and the whistle has blown, so we're good to go. Donkin's corner. Hooked it right into the middle, and Eastside was there. Quick boot all the way down the field, and the keeper for Hollandia has it. He's going to go ahead with the punt up to midfield. Kate Lazishin for a moment, and she has it back now. Chips it to the middle to Yowzy, back to Lazishin. She'll give chase now, and it heads toward the back line, and a nice job of blocking her out by Taryn Hendricks will lead to a goal kick.
That was well done by Hendricks, coming across the face of the defender, making sure to mark that player away from goal. It was very well done. Notice how they're setting their frame on the side of the park here with a diamond style 4v2. It's very well positioned by the players in Hollandia team.
Olberg being pressured a little bit, and it will go off of Hollandia and out.
Situations like that, it's always nice to see the goalkeeper be a bit more active, to be able to play back to the goalkeeper through their feet, maintain possession of the ball.
The in is headed, but out of bounds by Livia Bleckinger. So Hollandia will take it back. Just about 10 minutes into the first 25-minute half. Gold medal game. Up the right side, Kobeson, a little bit of space, and then tried to cross it to Ganitsos Clark, who was cruising through the middle.
Kobeson and Clark are both dangerous players. We could see where Eastside was coming with double team on the flank. They're going to have to continue that in order to keep those players contained.
It's a nice pass. Centeno can't get it centered. It's defended, but another corner kick will come, and Jenna Donkin is heading over for her 3rd attempt at a corner here in the first half.
And we see once again Zani getting forward around the outside backs for Eastside, and she's being very, very dangerous to start off, getting the ball in behind.
That kick is into a dangerous spot, but it bounces away in favor of Eastside. No shot on the keeper just yet. Long loft. It'll make it all the way down into that goalkeeper area so the keeper can play it. And we'll just throw it out to Zina Santino.
Again, well done by the keeper to look to try to play out of the back. It's wonderful to see young players try to make sure to maintain possession and build it.
Yeah, if I was out there, I'm just going to get this thing as far in the other direction as I can.
Hold this Taryn, seeing if you can execute the 1v1 here at the top of the park. Good
chase as Hallgrimsson from Hollandia got over there, and it's quickly brought back in by Hollandia.
You know, it's nice to see the coaches maintain rhythm with their substitutes. We've seen sometimes where the players are coming in and out on a consistent basis, but we see both teams trying to make sure to build rhythm. It's positive to see.
Yeah, most of the substitutions we've seen thus far are quick and unnoticed almost, and another corner kick, by the way. Donkin, the last one, a little more dangerous than the first couple. This one is right into the middle, and it's a goal!
Now, if we notice, there was no player in the back post when we saw that corner kick compared to when the players are taking it from the left for Hollandia. And that was one of the dangerous parts that we saw a few minutes ago with regards to each of the corner kicks taken on each side. It was going to come back to potentially bite Eastside if they weren't careful. And now we've seen a goal go in the back of the net with that free space at back post.
Take another look.
Excellent execution by Hollandia. Very, very well done. The timing and the rhythm of their movement was absolutely top class. But leaving that back post open was going to be dangerous with the players that Hollandia has at the top of the park.
Nalea Kobeson with the first score of the game, and it is 1-0 Hollandia. We're at the SaskTel Sports Center. You're watching the 2018 SaskTel Soccer for Life Indoor Youth 9-a-side Provincial Championships. 1-0 Hollandia in this gold medal game. Eastside, Livia Bleckinger got it into the middle, but it didn't get onto an Eastside foot, and it'll move back for Hollandia. Centering pass, and they're starting to move the ball around, and I'm seeing a lot of open space with orange jerseys in it right now. Careful now. There's a shot, a hard one, and wow, just batted away as it bounced and looked like it was spinning in, and the keeper got the right hand out and saved it, and there's a smile.
Well done by the goalkeeper. That's going to definitely give a lift to the players in the field for Eastside. But Hollandia's moving the ball beautifully. And we saw, look at Hollandia get in behind. Look at the goalkeeper's dedication in order to keep the ball out of net. That is wonderful to see from a young player.
Bailey Ainsworth with a great save. And the throw in now. Eastside, and goes right back out of bounds. Just narrowly dodging, giving up 2 quick goals back to back, this Eastside team. And now if they can move the ball effectively and maybe generate something, they can squelch whatever momentum Hollandia had built with the goal, because right after the goal was scored, it seemed like Hollandia stepped it up a notch. How close was this to crossing over that line, Terrell?
We're just watching this again, taking a second look at it, and it sure does look in, doesn't it? That is by the millimeter.
Well, we don't have video reviews for the goal here, and we have 3 officials on the field, and I'm sure none of them are regularly positioned right down there at the goal line. So it looks like a save. On the replay, it looks like it was closer than I thought it was, but we play on. Nice little roll by Gutek, keeping it in play. Zoe Ickton will put it up to Clark.
We see Zoe trying to get back on the ball, but we look to see a wonderful penetration pass going forward. Hollandia's doing a great job of trying to get in behind the back line.
This could be some trouble here. No, it's going to be played by Kobison, and she'll turn around and look for something better. Right into the center now as Hollandia starting to get pretty relaxed and comfortable with ball control. There's a hard shot, hit a defender, and then the post and the header is in. Georgina Ganitsos-Clark paying attention. The first shot off a defender, and then the save off the crossbar.
We just didn't recover fast enough on that rebound off the crossbar. But Hollandia is building a beautiful rhythm on the field right now with the team that they have on the pitch at the current time.
They're starting to assert themselves a little bit, and that goal comes at about the 15-minute mark. Around 10 remaining in this first half, and look at this, right back.
Yep.
Come the orange wave. There's a shot that's going to go wide. Olivia Gutek opted to take that with the right foot, and it was a little bit awkward, and she put it wide of the goal.
Eastside's just going to want to take a moment and just catch their breath and try to get themselves organized defensively. As they get themselves organized defensively, they can start to rebuild and start to build a rhythm. Notice how they're starting to chase just a little bit. Those couple of goals are really throwing them off.
Karam doing a nice job. Sana Karam with the ball now, and good work with the feet, good work defending, and then trying to create some offense, and she'll get it back in the middle, but Hollandia closes it all off.
That was a great turn.
Kobison with speed, the goalkeeper out to play it, and Ainsworth got a piece of it. There's another shot, a big one from this near side, but Gutek up a little high, and it's going to be a goalie kick.
Kobison is very, very dangerous when she gets turned on players. Marking her 1v1, and you're taking a chance because she's got absolute high top speed in order to get past players.
Eastside need to generate something. They had a little push for a minute or so, but Hollandia came right back, and here they come again. That little drop pass a little bit shy of its target, and the ball is going to roll out. And And the throw in coming for Eastside.
We can see Eastside making changes when the ball's deep in their end. I hope that doesn't come back to bite them a little bit later on in the game.
2 subs in this brief stoppage, and away we go. Long throw all the way down the sidelines. A little too long. Annika Brown couldn't catch up. Trying to settle it down as Gutek got away from her. She will have it go off her shin and out, and Eastside will take the ball and throw it in. 25-minute half, as I mentioned. So we've got about 6 minutes remaining in the first half, and Hollandia with their 2-0 lead. There was a case where 2 players, I think, both didn't want to crush each other accidentally, and they both stepped back a little and let the ball go.
As we start to come to the end of this first half, I'd like to see both teams start to really put the ball on the deck and start to get back to building the rhythm. They started to get a little bit chippy the last few minutes. It'd be nice to see them put it back down and see if they can move the football around the field.
Clark put it back to Godson. The give back didn't work. Eastside trying to sneak one through the middle of the field, but it's turned away. St. Eves now with Hollandia. Put it to the right side. Gutek took a shot, and Ainsworth good with the hands.
We're seeing during the build-up phase for each team, Eastside's been playing the ball a lot to the back foot, whereas Hollandia's playing the ball a lot to the front foot. So we see here, we're looking to engage, we're looking to go forward, we're looking to get the ball behind the back line of the opposition. It starts to play a role later in the game as defenses start to get more tired as they're chasing the ball behind their back line.
Godson got it to the right side. Gutek put it in the middle. St. Eves, fresh legs, good kick. Ainsworth, little trouble with it, but knocked it down and has a hold of it. And Hollandia just seems to keep picking up the ball and coming right back.
Notice how
the attack.
Notice how they're building their triangles and diamonds as they go across the park. They're really starting to stretch Eastside out. They're doing a very good job of maintaining possession. The positional balance is very, very nice to watch as well. Like even that little touch there was beautiful to see.
Yeah, really well played. That was Olivia Gutek dropping the ball back to her teammates. Eastside has it for the throw-in.
Good moving into the center of the park to get on the ball by Eastside, but we lost possession off that first touch.
In the middle. Troubling area, but Clark turned away, and Eastside. A little bit of room to roam now up the near side for McCaig. That doesn't last.
And notice how Eastside run into a bit of a wall there. They're just got to work on building their frame a bit more as they go forward, because Hollandia is doing a good job of collapsing into the space that they're coming into when they transition.
Getting there in a hurry and shutting it all down. And it seems to me it's been quite some time since Eastside has had a good scoring opportunity. Maybe just the one here in the first half, and nothing since.
Taryn's been a rock back there for Hollandia playing that center back role. She really isn't not letting a lot go past her. Really organizing the team. She does a great job.
Battle for the ball in the far corner, and it's quickly drilled out of harm's way. And Eastside will grab it up near midfield.
So you notice how the back line right now for Eastside isn't necessarily moving and transitioning to try to get on the ball. We're immediately trying to go forward. So there isn't players on their toe box. Notice how they're positioned on their heels. So we see where we don't necessarily have the engagement to want to get on the ball, want to transition, want to build rhythm. Hopefully we'll see that change for the second half.
Yeah, well, they're down a couple. They're going to have to get a little more aggressive at some point, that's for sure.
Oh, now we're in behind. But again, we play the ball in front of the defenders, not behind the defenders.
Chance brewing, left-footed shot, and off the post. A great save by the keeper, and she got just enough to redirect the ball off the post. That's the kind of thing Eastside needs to have happen. More and more of their offense generation. Keep pounding away.
You know, that's what happens when you get the ball behind lines. When you get the ball behind defensive lines, you never know what can happen as teams start to run back towards their own goal.
Nice tackle by Clark as there was a little chip pass. I think Blackinger saw someone going up the left side and figured she could maybe send her away, but I think she touched it, the goalkeeper. Caught a piece.
Well played by Eastside. I mean, they took that first touch. I mean, this is very well done. Didn't close down the shooter quick enough. The goalkeeper got across. Good positioning, good movement. Very well done.
Big save. Keep the 2-goal advantage and keep Eastside from getting that energy boost that they need right now.
It's a very good point. You know, when you need your goalkeepers to step up at moments like that in order to keep you in the game, maintain your consistency. She did a very good job of keeping her team in control.
Olberg put one long toward the goal and no trouble there. That one is up into the sky and again down into the hands of the keeper, who's been very sure-handed.
Good pressure by Eastside as the ball was dropping in the box. It was very well done.
There.
Yep, very well done.
Any misplay and it's in the net. Midfield. Hollandia takes it back. Oh, just over the line. Eastside ball counting down to just a little better than a minute of play remaining in the first half.
I'd like to see these throw-ins a little bit more as Eastside's getting on the ball. I think they have an opportunity to play more through their backfield players and look to stretch Hollandia a bit more. As we notice right now, the players are sitting on their heels and not even looking to try to get on the ball. I think that's something they could try to transition again for the second half.
Long kick down to Ainsworth, and she'll just roll it out to the left.
That's very well played out of the back, actually. The distribution then by the defender would need to be a little bit cleaner, but the goalkeeper did a very good job of playing the ball to the front foot of their left back.
Just about a half a minute remaining in half number 1.
So Eastside's movement off the ball is going to need to be a little bit clean in the second half as well, I think. As we get on the ball, we're not seeing the distribution opportunities off the balls. We're just transitioning a bit late.
So close to a open shot at the goal, but a defender got just enough to redirect the pass and keep that from turning into a bit of a break.
Stepping up when needed.
Yeah, making the plays. Hollandia in the first half.
This could be dangerous. We're in behind the back line.
Very dangerous. There's a quick kick from the right side. Madeleine St. Eves probably had a little bit of room to roam, but there is the whistle for the half. So at the midpoint, Hollandia with a 2-0 lead over Eastside. You're watching the 2018 SaskTel Soccer for Life Indoor Youth 9-a-side Provincial Championships. It's the under-15 girls gold medal game. Hollandia 2, Eastside 0. And we will be back on Max TV, local on demand. Hollandia out to a 2-0 lead after the first half of this provincial gold medal game in the U15 girls division. 2 goals in that first half and one that came crazy close to the line. Here's a look at some of the highlights that we saw in that first half. Terrell Russell, it was mostly Hollandia, including that first goal. Cobuson on the corner kick, nice connection, and then this one tipped twice, and ooh.
We see how close that is. That was by the millimeter. I don't know if I can call that one. I think that might be too close.
There's the second goal. It went off a defender, off the goalkeeper, off the crossbar, and then an easy header for number 9, Ganistos Clark, pardon me. And Hollandia many times looked a little bit stronger, but that was the last scoring chance of the first half. Keeper got a piece, and then off the post. And what do you think Eastside's going to have to do? We saw Coach Mike Gramiak pointing and directing, making signs with his hands during their halftime break. What do you think he was telling these girls?
Well, if I was sitting in Coach Gramiak's position, I think I'd be talking about movement off the ball. So as we see Eastside getting possession, we're not quite seeing the supporting positions by players around the ball. It makes it very, very difficult to transition when you're build up during transition, looking to go forward, looking to engage the opposition. Hollandia's doing a great job of building rhythm. So hopefully if Eastside can start to find little pockets in the field and start to make sure that they're giving opportunities for the ball carrier to be able to have 2 or 3 options off the ball, we're going to see a good second half by each team.
Of note, Hollandia platooning their goalkeepers today. They've made a change for this second half of the game, bringing in a different goalkeeper. And right away, here they come.
Chloe came into the park for the second half. She's a good, young, upcoming, developing keeper, but the keeper in the first half, well, I got to give her credit. She sure did save Hollandia's lead there towards the end of this first half.
There's a look at, is that Chloe, did you say?
That is Chloe.
Chloe Bailey.
Chloe does a lot of work. Very, very dedicated young keeper. Does a lot of work in development. We'll see her lead her team in the second half.
Zoe Ickton put it across, and the long shot is a little wide, and it's going to be Eastside ball.
Zoe does a great job of finding little pockets between players. Even now we start to see her find the middle of the Eastside triangle. She does a very good job of making sure to get on it and be very, very simple with her football.
Taken away by Kobison, and she'll turn and shoot, and it's in right under the crossbar. She made the play defensively with the steal and turned it into her second goal of the day.
One thing about Kobison, when she gets on the ball, you have to pressure her right away. You cannot let her turn. She's a player who has an amazing ability in order to be able to find that little space in the net, just put it in the back beyond the keeper's hands.
Right underneath the crossbar, and that opens up a 3-0 lead for Hollandia as they start to stretch it out a little.
That's Megan Hockley playing the flank, number 2. Good young player. Let's see if she can get on the ball and try to get something created on this right flank here.
Hollandia wants to make sure they keep the ball. That'll shut down that offensive Eastside, and they're working it into the middle, but defended by Eastside.
Hollandia did beat Eastside 4-0 in the round robin, so they did come into this competition, this gold medal game, having won within the round robin, and we see that they're starting to follow through that trend here in the gold medal. But let's see if Eastside can come back in the second half. Let's see if they can find a way in order to come back, put a couple balls in the back of the net, and really make a competitive match.
St. Eves threw it into the middle. The keeper, Bailey Ainsworth, played it clean, got it up the field. That one, no, it stays alive. I thought it was just out of the reach, but Eastside kept it in.
As they keep it in, notice we weren't getting numbers in the box. It makes it very, very difficult to put the ball in the back of the net if you don't have players in the box near the goalkeeper.
It's Hockley putting it into the center.
Are we seeing players get forward? Are we seeing players want the ball in behind? So as we get the ball behind the line now, how many players are getting in the box?
Hockley with a chip in, and there it is. There it is. Hockley doing some of the work along this near side, and she got it into the middle of the field, and Eastside finally breaks the bubble. There's Hockley putting it over.
That was very well played. They got the ball in behind the Hollandia back line. 2 players in the box versus the singular center back. That was very, very well played. Look at the rhythm. Look at the timing. Very well played. Well done.
So it's back to a 2-goal game. I believe it was Sana Karam on the goal. Was it 7? It was, again, those numbers are a little tough. Oh, no, it wasn't. My bad. It's number 5, and I don't, unfortunately, have a number 5 on my Eastside rosters. They switch up their jerseys now and again. Olberg played it across.
Well, good possession maintenance as we look to build up. Unfortunately, we couldn't keep the ball off our first touch.
Kobison put it into the middle to Ickton, and she'll drop it back.
That's well done by Ickton. She's never in a hurry. She's very, very simple. Look at her want the ball at her feet. Very, very simple, very effective.
Two-goal lead. Terrell, is it possible to go into a bit of a defensive mode on this small field in 9-a-side?
Very, very interesting point you bring up. At certain times in the game, depending on what it is you're trying to look to do, towards late, last 5 minutes, if you're up by 2 goals, it's very possible you want to go into a shell and make sure the opposition can't get in behind.
But not now.
Not now.
Way too early now?
Much too early.
Okay.
Absolutely.
There's a crosser, and make it a 3-goal lead again. The corner works for the second time today. Corner from Donkin right onto the foot of Madeleine St. Eves, and it's 4-1.
Madeleine St. Eves has great timing coming in the box. That is wonderful perception by that young player. And Jenna Duncan playing the ball, weighted perfectly coming into the box. Well done by both those players. Eastside just needed to make sure to pick up the run into the box a little bit quicker and try to close that down.
So Eastside got a little energy boost, some momentum back on their side with the goal, and Hollandia, like a good championship team often will do, came and just squished it right back out of them.
Going back to the point you brought up a few moments ago there with regards to going into a defensive shell, I think at this point, if I was Hollandia, I'd really try to move the football around the park and really try to stretch Eastside as much as possible. The less they can get on it, the less chance they have to score.
Right up the middle, and a quick one from Kobeson, but it's blocked. And then knocked out of bounds by Liv Godson. So just rope-a-dope it for a while. Just bang it around.
Find pockets.
Kill the clock.
Yep. Find space. Try to control the clock as much as possible. Absolutely.
But nothing fancy.
No, try to keep it as simple as you can. Try to find little pockets. So as we see the game's starting to open up a little bit, you see the space in between the lines. Try to find that spacing. Zoe Ichton's very, very effective at getting into that spacing. Try to control the play as much as possible. Control the clock. If I was Eastside, I might just, again, go back to the drawing board, collapse a bit, get my defensive shape, start to get confidence building your very, very simple passes, and then start to build from there.
It's going to be Eastside ball. Saw a nice little move by Allison Olberg. The throw in for Eastside gets up to the midfield point. And they'll try and make something of it from there. Cross over to Karam. She has it back. Ball doesn't get through, and Hollandia come back the other way. That one's not far enough, and Megan Hockley is able to intercept it for Eastside. Right on it is Donkin, giving her opposition any room to breathe at all.
Free kick here for Eastside. Let's see if Eastside can control possession, look to build. See where the line's going to be held. Maybe they can drop it in behind. Maybe Hollandia can drop in behind the back line. Eastside's quite high on their back line right now. We want to watch the players, see whether they're flat, see whether they're square. Right here, this is the ball we're looking for.
Eastside is able to defend it, but they did get it up and over that line. Into the middle, not a lot of room to operate for Kobeson, and she doesn't give up easily though. Kept chasing. Donkin now on the right side, puts it low, and it eludes the goalkeeper, and that's going to make it a 5-1 game.
Hollandia just keep coming in waves. Eastside's going to have to soak up a bit more pressure and try to get the ball forward, try to get the ball behind the Hollandia back line. But there's Donkin again on the right flank, looking to engage, getting the ball cross face, side net on the Eastside goalkeeper. It's well played, well positioned.
She took a good look, and she knew her best bet, far side low. Hit it hard. And Hollandia with a 4-goal advantage now as we are at, well, almost at the 34-minute mark. 2:25-minute halves, so 50 minutes. The full game. Still a little more than 15 minutes remaining. There's a shot that's deflected, and is the keeper going to get there? No. Just a soft shot, and the defender tried to help out her goalkeeper, but back there between the goal pipes, Bailey Ainsworth was moving to her right to get the ball, and it went off a defender, and that is an unfortunate break.
Terribly unlucky. We see two bounces, the back of the net, caught the goalkeeper wrong-footed. Very, very unlucky for the young keeper.
Jacqueline Holgrimson will get the goal. And that stretches out that advantage to 5 goals now for Hollandia. Some substitutions are being made, and the Hollandia club looking very, very sharp and well on their way to a gold medal. Eastside's got to do a whole bunch of things in short order. It's a good way to start, get down there and get a scoring chance right away. Handled quite comfortably by the keeper, Chloe Bailey.
And we can see Chloe really try to calm the game down. She held on to it for a few extra seconds, let the backfield get into their positions. Now they're going to look to control and dictate tempo of the game. So you can see the triangle being built already. Let's see Eastside just control a little bit more in the back. They have some very, very quality young players. I think you just need to continue to build confidence, try to make sure to get on the ball, try to again to play simply. There's a counterattack opportunity here, but unfortunately we give the ball away.
Icton got it, went to the right side, and Hollandia moving up the field now offensively. They'll very quickly settle back though and take up their defensive spots, and we've got a free kick coming up for Eastside.
So it looks to me the way they're setting up, they're going to try to play this ball in behind. We see the center back going and getting on the ball. See what Hollandia's back line's going to do. See how many Eastside players look to get forward. Going to be very careful in the counterattack here.
Strong kick. And Bailey played it very well. She read the bounce nicely, and I would imagine that's a bit of an adventure from venue to venue, knowing exactly what kind of kick you're going to get up off of this grass. But these teams are both from Saskatoon. They're pretty used to this field surface, I'm sure. Out it goes. Eastside ball. 2-0 game at half, and then a 3-0 game before Eastside struck back to close the gap to 2, but then a couple quick back-to-back goals and then an unfortunate break. Hallgrimson took a shot. A defender in the goal area tried to help and instead deflected it away from the goalkeeper, and it's a 6-1 lead.
When we will look back into the first half, we saw that fingertip save, and that can change a game right there. Just builds the confidence in the team. We can see how they come out in the second half, and they just keep coming forward in waves.
And there's some of that good work you talked about by Hollandia. Just control the ball, move it around.
Good open touch by Karam. That was very, very well done. The unfortunate thing is she's a little bit alone here. She's against a couple of players, has to play the ball back. Let's see if they can rebuild on this side. Look to come out the other end.
Yep, so there she is, getting the ball into the middle. Long ball. No damage done. And Bailey will slow it down again and then just roll it out to the right side.
That was played very, very well by Taryn. Let's see if we can counterattack here by Eastside. Good opportunity to get in behind.
Pass doesn't connect. Little long Hollandia ball. Jenna Donkin's been all over the field today, hasn't she?
Jenna's been doing a very, very good job getting up and down that flank. Look at the work ethic by that player to win the ball back. Always looking to play forward. I mean, just watch her eyes, how she's looking to try to get in behind. That was a very well-placed shot.
Got the goal, and of course she took the 2 corner kicks that led to goals as well. So she's having a good game on the field, and statistically on that score sheet, she's having a real good day too.
She's transitioned now into the inside of the park, playing more of a midfield, central midfield role. And let's see how she can really look to control the rhythm of the team. But she's come a long way in the last couple of years. Got to give her credit.
That one will roll all the way down to the keeper. Under a little bit of stress with a orange jersey bearing down, the keeper makes the play, and Eastside comes away.
It was very well done by the keeper to try to play out of the back to her left back. I got to give her a lot of credit for being very calm, very relaxed, trying to maintain possession. The only problem is there wasn't much of an outlet for the left back when she got on the ball. There needs to be a frame built in order for her to have an outlet when she gets on it. She just saw kind of a sea of orange coming at her.
Blackinger put it into the middle. Eastside drops it back. Pass up the right side doesn't connect, as the intended target was Brown, and she didn't cut into that gap to get the ball. Clark will win that battle. Nice bit of footwork to hold on to it.
You see Donkin stepping in, winning it back, chasing it down. Look at the work ethic. Very well done.
All over the place. Tireless.
There's Zina closing the opportunities for the opposition to win the ball back. Very, very calm, very simple.
Hollandia just moving the ball around.
Getting in behind the defensive line once again.
Counting down now to about 10 minutes remaining in this gold medal game. And Hollandia in command. Long shot's going to be a little high. Nalea Kobeson, she's got herself a couple of goals today, including the icebreaker at the start of the game.
Nalea has an eye for goal. One thing you got to give her credit for, she definitely goes forward, looks to engage all the time, looking to get behind opposition backfield lines, always going to goal.
Got an assist on that one, scored by Donkin. So Kobeson, a couple of goals and at least one assist.
She's very, very dangerous. Definitely one to watch out for. Eastside doing a good job of pressuring the ball. Now let's see if they can maintain possession as they come out of their backfield. Unfortunately, we lose possession again in midfield.
Just nowhere to go, and as soon as Eastside gets possession and takes a look up the field, there's another jersey, Gutek, right in their face.
What we see right here, as soon as we got on the ball by Hollandia, is 4v1, sets the frame on the far side of the park, and we see the opposite side of the park already starting to stretch the field. Let's see if they continue to maintain possession towards the end of the second half and try to make sure to move around the opposition Eastside team. We watch the back lines, look at the pockets between the Eastside center back and the fullback. See where Hollandia is going to look to play the ball. They're going to look to maintain possession here.
Substitution quickly before we get to the free kick. And they'll get everybody into the spot they want them in. And possession is the key. Short pass on that free kick down into the far corner and over the back line. Let's see who they award this to. It's going to be a goal kick.
Now we're going to start to get the ball forward Eastside towards the latter half of the second half, try to get the ball in behind. They're going to want to start changing their tactics a little bit if they want to look at potentially putting a couple of balls in the back of the Hollandia net.
Yep, time crunch. Down to about 8 minutes, give or take, remaining here in the game. And Hollandia thinking nothing now of just playing the ball back and letting that clock tick. Good work by Zena Centeno. Godson will punch it downfield.
We see Megan up top starting to chase the ball down. She's doing a good job. She's by herself. It's a very, very big field for under 15 player. Here's an opportunity for Eastside to try to get the ball behind the Hollandia line. See if they can get some momentum with a ball on net or goal scoring opportunity. Getting the numbers forward.
Quick substitution by Hollandia. And let's see what they can do on this kick.
One thing that's very important in those opportunities is when you have a chance to get a free kick, you have to get the ball behind the opposition back line. You drop it in front, you can get counterattacked very, very quickly. Because you get numbers forward, the opposition can win it, and immediately the transition goes the opposite direction.
Yeah, that one came right back at them, and she didn't get it up and over that line. Budnick put it back. Godson up to center.
I'd like to see situations where Budnick just played the ball forward, potentially to look to go back through Chloe, back to the goalkeeper, maintain possession, stretch the opposition. Young players need to start to learn to use their goalkeepers a lot more. Our goalkeepers need to learn how to use with their feet, and we have to trust them to be able to do so.
Some good quickness on the right side by Hollandia. And they'll win another battle for the ball. Tula with it.
Very calm and relaxed movement. That was very well played.
Good speed coming back from Centeno to try and thwart an attack. Hockley not getting anywhere with it for Eastside right now down there in the corner. And 2 orange jerseys were right there on her.
So we see Eastside won possession of the ball, but there aren't players racing forward to get in behind the Hollandia back line. The only way to score is to get numbers up. Taking outside goal scoring opportunities or shots, it's possible, but it's a very, very big field for a young player.
Liv Bleckinger let a shot go, but it was wide, and they've decided this is a corner. Maybe it was deflected on the way toward the goal. The goalkeeper stepped aside and let it go, but they've awarded a corner kick.
Now Hollandia's not marking the front post. Let's see what happens.
Drilled up, but it doesn't get far, and down there in a dangerous area, but very quickly shuffled away by Centeno. And St. Eves down the side, and now it's going to go into the hands of Ainsworth.
See Ainsworth now trying to get the ball forward, trying to get the ball into the attacking zone for Eastside. Let's see if they can get numbers up. I'd like to see them finish strong. They have a lot of quality players on the pitch. Let's see who can step big in these last few minutes.
Down in the neighborhood of about 3 minutes remaining. Then the ball is wide of the goal.
So Eastside only has that singular attacker up top. Let's see how long it takes until there's a bit of a change in transition and tactics here for Eastside. Might put more players up top, try to get the ball forward a bit more. Might have to go with one less defender and just take a challenge, take a chance.
Hollandia putting it through, and it gets all the way down to Ainsworth.
Get the numbers up. Look to play long. We see Hockley still up front all by herself. Well done by Karam. Good engagement down the flank.
Speed and then a nice centering pass, but quickly defended by Centeno, who got on that ball as soon as she realized there was trouble brewing.
How are they going to set up for this corner? Let's see how many players Eastside gets in the box.
Taking quite a bit of time to get it set up. Well, they're making some substitutions at the same time, and now we're down in the neighborhood of about 2 minutes or so remaining in the second half and in this match.
We see the back post is open. See if they can play a deep ball to the back post.
Right into the middle, and a header goes high up and out of play.
One thing we like to see young players do is to really take a quality scan whenever there's a free kick or a corner kick opportunity. Scan the field, see where the open opportunities are, and make sure to try to place the ball appropriately wherever that best scoring chance is.
Another corner. Defended. No. Lineup tried all over again as Kate Lazishin's kick off of a Hollandia leg and out. So Lazishin will get it back and try again. The left foot. Top of the goal area, and the shot, not much on it, doesn't get through. And that ball is going to roll all the way out over the goal line as well.
What we'll probably see is Hollandia take a little bit of time here in order to put the ball down, look to play it out, try to again control the clock. We can see that Eastside's trying to urge the players on to step and put a bit of pressure in the Hollandia zone to try to win it. Step and press.
Doing what they can. The clock down to somewhere in the neighborhood of about a minute remaining, maybe less. A little physical play on the near sideline, but just incidental contact. Hollandia slowly making their way to the ball, and they'll look to just run out this clock and take home their gold medals. Still some life in their attack, though, as St. Eves works the ball around. She'll put it back to Praitula.
That was very well played, the build up on the flank. Even here, they're setting up their triangle, setting up their diamond. Look at the angles off the players. Angles are very, very nice to see. Very well done. Even late in this game, they're still trying to control the football, haven't let off the gas at all.
Well, I guess when you're 13, 14 years old, whether the game is in hand or not, there's still opportunities to try things and learn.
Absolutely. Very good point. And we see these young players still continuing to drive right to the end. Even Eastside, you got to give them credit. Even though they're down late in the game, they're still fighting, they're still battling. It's wonderful to see.
Godson put it back, and it's thumped back up to near midfield and now over midfield and all the way down into the corner. Head official Tyler McCorriston just looked at his clock.
Yeah, he feels the seconds starting to count down.
Yeah. Getting very close now, and Hollandia on cruise control. We're going to have a foul called and a free kick coming for Eastside.
Now, I'd like to see the goalkeeper for Eastside a little bit more engaged right now to try to get on it, try to get numbers forward.
There it is.
But well done by both teams. Proud of them all.
Final whistle. And a pretty convincing victory by Hollandia. Coach Mark Lorden, this Hollandia squad picking up the gold medal with a 6-1 victory over Eastside in the under 15 girls division at the 2018 SaskTel Soccer for Life Indoor Youth 9-a-side Provincial Championships. Terrell, you told me briefly before the game that you felt Hollandia were a little bit of a favorite, having beaten Eastside, I guess, in tournament play earlier and shut them out, in fact. And they sure proved that they were just a bit of a stronger team here today.
I think what we see with a field of this size for under 15 girls is there's a lot of space, and it's about using that space appropriately. The one thing that we find with young players is they don't necessarily have the maturational growth yet or the development to be able to play the ball out of pressure over distance, just clear the ball in order to release pressure, which we'll see in the under 17 boys that are coming up. Whereas the young girls, because there's so much space, they have to be able to utilize the space appropriately. And one thing that Hollandia has is a lot of very dedicated technical players that are able to find the space, move off the ball. You can see them building their triangles and diamonds, and they use that very effectively in this match.
Mike Gramiak and his Eastside team, given the 3 cheers, they'll take home the silver medals today. Hollandia, congratulations on your gold 6-1 win in this championship game. Terrell Russell, thank you so much for your expertise today. Pleasure having you here, the High Performance Director of the Saskatchewan Soccer Association. And thank you so much to our entire crew for all their hard work today. We hope you've enjoyed watching the SaskTel Sports Center's presentation on Max TV Local On Demand of the 2018 SaskTel Soccer for Life Indoor Youth 9-a-side Provincial Championships. So long for now.
If you have program ideas that you'd like to see on Max TV Local On Demand, write us at max.local@sasktel.com.